All right. So welcome back to Mobility, everyone. My name is Nick. Let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to be doing a full mobility session today. We'll start off with the shoulders, working our way down to the hips, and then we'll get onto the mat to finish off with a little bit of spine activity. So for the first one, let's go ahead and start off with just some flexion and extension of the shoulders. So arms are going to be to your side here. Your goal is to keep your torso still as you do this, and I'm just going to slowly raise my arms up as far up as I can, slowly bring them back down, slightly behind, and then we're just going to repeat. So I'm really just trying to get a full reach. So always think about you're constantly reaching away from your body with those hands. Just trying to lengthen. Once again, take your time. I like to do a quick pause at the back, quick pause at the top. If you do this pretty fast, you'll notice it's hard to keep that hip controlled. But taking your time here allows you to really brace that midsection, keeping your hips still. Nice work. One more time. Bring it up. Reach, reach, reach. Bring it down. And recover. Nice work, everyone. From here, some rotational movements. So we're going to go with our rotator cuff drill. So what I'm going to have everyone do is have their hands facing up. We're going to bring our hands about 90 degrees to our side. Now, for this one, you really want to keep those elbows tucked. And all you're going to do, imagine you're holding onto some cans of soup, and we're just going to bring them out like this and bring them in. Now, you don't get too much range of motion on this specific exercise. It's only about maybe an inch or two that you're getting. My hands are facing up, elbows are tucked to my side. This is hitting the rotator cuff muscles. When you bring them out, think about contracting and holding that position for a quick second. Nice work, everyone. Let's do about 2 more here. Just bringing the thumbs out and squeezing one more time. And relax. Great work, everyone. All right, next one here, internal and external rotation of that shoulder. We're going to bring our arms up to our sides 90 degrees. So if we were here at 90-degree position like this, all we're going to do is exact same position. I'm just going to bring my arms out up top like this. So from a side view, I'm keeping my elbows to my side so they're not in front. They're really to my side as if I'm against a wall here. And then of course, I'm just trying to keep that elbow joint in line with that shoulder joint throughout this exercise. And all I'm gonna do is externally rotate like this. So it looks like my body's a W right here. I'm gonna try and see how low I can get the hands, but once again, try to keep those elbows in line with the shoulder. So we don't wanna be coming like this, right? And that's it. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and give this a shot. If you have a mirror nearby, you can always use that as a guide to see if your elbows are in line with the shoulders. I have the Zoom right here that I'm staring at, so it's a little easier for me. And then lastly, you can also use a wall. So if it's hard for you to keep your spine still while you're doing this, you can place your back against the wall for this. Nice work, everyone. A few more. Once again, just keeping that torso still, rotation of that shoulder joint. And relax. Good work, everyone. From here, let's finish off that upper body with some protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So we're all going to get our hands out about shoulder width, and they're going to be at shoulder height as well. So it's going to look like this. Now, shoulder blades, of course, are going to be those muscles back here. And what I want to do is retract my shoulder blades. So basically when I'm here, I'm just going to bring my shoulders down and back and just squeeze the scapula. Now, it's not a lot of movement, right? It's very, maybe just about an inch or so. And then what's going to happen here is I'm going to protract them by just pushing out and away. So you notice the arms stay straight. So I'm going to retract, protract. Let's practice that. Now, one of the hardest parts about this one is just learning about where we're trying to feel that contraction. So we're trying to feel that mid-back scapula area. And the first thing that I always notice the clients is that we tend to shrug. It's very common, right? So for the next 30 seconds, let's see if we can focus on keeping the shoulders down and back. And just protraction and retraction. If this is hard to do, with your hands out in front of you. Another way that you can do this is in a push-up position where your hands are actually on the floor. You actually have a connection. So that helps a little bit with the protraction and retraction part. It's kind of like the weight is assisting you with this exercise, but this is a good place to start to see if you can recruit those muscles near the shoulder blades. And we will relax. Whew. Nice job, everyone. Let's go ahead and shake off those shoulders, and we're going to be moving into the lower body next. So we'll start off with a simple toe touch to begin. Feet are about hip width apart or so, and trying to keep my legs somewhat straight. I'm going to start by bending at my hip, and your hands can either reach towards the knees, the shins, or the ankles. So when you're ready, simple stretch to start off. And we're just taking deep breaths in and out here. Remember to breathe while we are here, just taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And we will slowly come on up. Nice work, everyone. From here, let's go ahead and get into a lateral lunge position. So if you've taken any of my classes, we always start off with this one and then warm up. From here, we're going to get our feet outside of shoulder width, toes slightly pointed out, and we're just going to go side to side at your own pace. So hands can either be on the thighs here, you can keep them in the center like this, and we're just going to go from one side back to the center, other side, and what we're going to do is slowly just kind of build our range of motion. So I'm starting off, just a few inches on the lunge, and then as I start to get warmed up and I start feeling more confident, I'm going to try and go a little bit more. When you're doing this one here, think about keeping your hips underneath and slightly behind you. That helps keep your weight onto more of heel to midfoot than coming onto the toe. Nice work. One more time. And relax. Now from here, we're going to keep that same stance, and we're now going to work on just bringing our feet back to center. But I want to see if we can reach for the floor on this one here. So when you're ready, I want you to keep that same stance right here. And we're just going to try and reach our hands towards the floor like this. Now, another progression you can do is, of course, just place them on the thighs here, whichever one. And what's going to happen is we're going to slowly shift our feet back to the center. So once again, your hands can be on the floor or on your thighs. And we're just going to slowly bring our feet back towards the center. When you're at the middle, just hold here for a quick second. And slowly come on up. Great job, everyone. Coming up next, we're about to get onto our mat right now. So go ahead and set up a mat on the floor. We're going to get into the world's greatest stretch. So push-up position for this one here, and one hand is going to go on the opposite or on that same side hand. So while you're setting it up, if you're watching, this is my start position right here. What's going to happen is I'm going to choose one side, and that foot is going to go to the outside of that same side hand, like that. So when you're ready, go ahead and get into this position, and you can drop that back knee for now. This really gets everything. It's a hip drill, but really you're getting the spine, you're getting a lot of blood flow into the upper body from just holding this position here. So while you're here, think about keeping that chest up, hips down. It is okay if the foot's not near that hand just yet. You'll start to loosen up and warm up as we go forward. From here, let's try to see if we can get that back knee off the floor. Same thing, I'm just trying to keep the hips down, chest up. All right, so that same side hand is now going to reach for the sky. So if you need to take a look up, you can. But basically what I'm going to do is this arm goes up to the sky, keeping that chest up, and let's just hang out here and breathe. If it gets a little too much, you can drop that back knee, but we're just going to hold here for another 5 seconds or so. Breathe in. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to go back to the center. You can drop that knee, but stay in this position, okay? And I want to see if we can get our forearms pretty much as close to the floor as we can. So from a front view, if I'm right here, I'm going to try and get my forearms as low to the floor as I can. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and give it a shot. And just taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. We're going to slowly come on up. Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do that exact same routine now onto the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and get that foot back to the middle. Okay, we're going to get that other foot outside, and let's just hang out here for a second. From here, just kind of hang out, keeping the hip down, chest up, just taking deep breaths in and out. We're going to try and get that back knee off the floor. So if you want to give it a shot, we're going to try and see if we can get that back knee off the floor, lengthen that back leg. And then same as the last time. So we're going to rotate up to the sky. So when you're ready, the hand that's right next to that front foot is going to raise. Ooh, I got a nice big old sunshine in my face right now. Some vitamin D. So once again, trying to keep my torso upright, hips down as I'm holding here. Breathing in and out. Slowly go back to the center. Great job, but hang out here because remember, we're now going to try and get both forearms as close to the floor as we can. So when you're ready, go ahead and give it a shot. I like to drop the opposite forearm down first, and then I'll see if I can get this one down. And we're just taking deep breaths in and out. About 5 more seconds. And when you're ready, you can slowly come on up. Great job, everyone. All right, last but not least, let's finish off with our 90-90. Same thing onto our mat. This is going to be your last hip drill before we end today's mobility session. So when I'm on the floor here, if you've taken my class before, we've done this one. It's where you're going to get one hip joint bent at 90 degrees in one direction, externally rotated, the other one internally rotated. So it looks like this. To start, I like to keep the hands behind the body here and just try to get as upright of a torso as I can. You may notice that the knees are here, and that's all right to start. Just try to keep a torso upright. And for the next 30 seconds, seeing if we can slowly bring those knees down. All right, so this is a great place to start. If you feel like you have the mobility and you want to add a little bit more, you can always place your hands in the center, let your hips and the core do the work for here. And then you can, shift your weight a little bit more towards that back leg, the front, just wherever you feel like that stretch and that challenge to keep the knees down. And we'll just hang out here. We're about to switch to the opposite side right now. So as we do so, your hands can be on the back or in the center. Just try to keep your heels in the same exact spot. We're just mirroring ourselves in the opposite direction. So when you're ready, it looks like this. I'm just going to maneuver my way to that opposite side and just hang out here. Once again, your hands can be behind your body, in the center here. We're just taking deep breaths in and out, just trying to do our best to relax. I know it's an awkward position sometimes. Taking deep breaths in and out. Nice work. We're going to slowly go back to the center, and we're just going to sit in an Indian style position here just to get those hips last but not least, and then we're just going to stretch out the spine. So go ahead and cross the feet here, and we're just going to bring our chest down towards the floor. So how do I do that? I usually have to grab something to help me with weight-wise. So I'll grab the knees here. You can either grab overhand or underhand like this. I'll start with an upright torso here, and I'm just going to slowly pull my body down towards the floor. Now, once I get to this position, that's as far as I can go. So the next step that I'll do is I'll bring my elbows in front of the knees if I need to, and just kind of pull myself down. So imagine you're trying to fit in a suitcase, right? You're trying to get your body cramped down, about to fit into a suitcase. If you ever watched Ocean 11 movies, yeah, the Grease Man, you gotta fit like in a suitcase. And we're just taking deep breaths in and out. Slowly come on up, shake off those shoulders. Awesome job, everyone. That was your mobility class today. We covered the full body for our mobility class. If you had questions on any of the exercises we did, let me know. But we'll be here same time next Thursday for another mobility class. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. I'll see you at the next one. Take care. Hope the hips are mobile now. All right, Brian. Thanks, man. Have a great day.